Hi everybody, Dave Davidson here, and in today's episode I'm going to talk with you about how to cheat your way to mountain bike success from the world's worst cheater. And if you stay to the end of this video, I will show you the exact process that I stumbled across and hundreds, if not thousands of riders across the world have used to basically be the person at the front of the ride where all their friends are behind them going, how in the world did you do that? So stay to the end. For those of you that don't know me, my name again is Dave Davidson. That's my real name. And I'm the founder of Mountain Bike Academy, where we help middle-aged mountain bikers ride like a kid again through what we call the mountain bike movement reset. I'm on a mission to help everyday riders do truly amazing things on and off the bike using this same exact principle. So I'm glad you're here with me today. Buckle up, let's dive in. Before we get started, I'll tell you the story of why I am the world's worst cheater. I think I literally possibly might be one of the world's worst cheaters. Here's why. In elementary school, I was part of a school where I was part of a group where, what was I part of? In elementary school, I went to school once a week with a group of kids to study Latin, critical reasoning, deductive skills, all kinds of stuff. I can't remember. It's been about 25 years. I actually cheated on a quiz. I think it was like Greek or something. Like I literally didn't understand Greek, and so I cheated on that quiz. And I remember feeling pretty bad about it while I was doing it, and afterwards I realized, you know what, maybe I didn't really earn this grade. And what I decided to do was to go through all of middle school and high school and college and cheat exactly 0 times. Now, without sounding like I'm not trying to be morally superior here or anything like that, I do think that there's value in some cases where breaking the rules is needed and necessary. And honestly, that's exactly what I did to share the secret with you that I'm going to share with you here in a minute. But just so that you know that I'm not about cheating for the sake of cheating, I actually made it all the way through middle school, high school, and I went to Clemson University, went through 4.5 or 5 years there. I can't remember how long I attended, and I didn't cheat on a single thing, it was really surprising to me. So here's a fun fact for you. I saw a survey in the Clemson University newspaper when I was a sophomore or a junior, and it said that I think it was 60% of students voluntarily admitted that they had cheated in a significant way at some point in time in the last 6 months. And I was a little bit mad because I wasn't cheating and everybody else was getting the grade. I was the one earning it. So I don't know what that meant for the value of my grade. Now, here's the thing. In mountain biking, and you got to pay attention to this, because in mountain biking, it's subjective. There is no grade unless you're even if you're racing. I mean, probably nobody here cheats at racing. Like, who would do that if you're an amateur racer? If you're here listening to this, you're asking yourself, where did my skills go? Where are the ones that I had 15, 20 years ago? Or you're asking yourself, I've been really good at a lot of things in my life, and I just spent a lot of money on a bike, but now I can't get the bike to do all the cool stuff I saw on YouTube. Or I can't get the bike to do the cool stuff that I saw on that Red Bull TV section, or I can't do it like the guys on 50 to 1 do it, or the loose riders, and that's exactly why you're here. If you're here, you're asking, what's the shortest and fastest way? And here's the reason why cheating your way to success is so critically important, because I see so many people, so many riders out there who they've aced it when it comes to their career. That probably means you're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. They've aced it when it comes to their family life. That means that they're a parent. It means that they're a spouse. It means that there's someone that you can count on, someone who's reliable. And all this is to say that you've gotten this far and you've been very successful in all the ways that actually matter. But when it comes to mountain biking, you're not able to reap the rewards of that $5,000 to $10,000 mountain bike you just bought, plus the gas and electricity if you do that. However you get to the trails, you've invested and you're not getting a return on your riding. Okay? So I am here, again, from one of the world's worst cheaters. Again, I didn't cheat, and I still don't. I didn't cheat in business. I don't cheat in all the other things I've done before the Mountain Bike Academy. There's no need to cheat if you just have good agreements with people, work with good people. But, man, I'm the world's worst cheater. So listen to me when I tell you that there is a faster shortcut. You will almost feel like you're cheating your way to success when you do this. Now, let me explain what it is and why. Okay, so in one of my programs, I call it the Mountain Bike Movement Reset. Okay, Mountain Bike Movement Reset is essentially the ability for you to tap into movements that are like programs. I'll show you on the screen down below. This is one of the people who just joined Mountain Bike Academy 3 days ago. And as you can see, they said, am I supposed to be noticing this big of a difference 2 days in? It's snowing. So we couldn't even do this with mountain biking where this person was, because they can't go ride right now. It's like 3 feet of snow. And but here's the thing. They've been skating, hockey skating, since they were a little kid. And just by doing some of the movement reset work, they were able to basically completely reprogram their body to act like the way that it should. So what is the cheat code that I'm talking about? The cheat code is that instead of buying a nicer bike, instead of buying, just like, or spending time on a lesson or investing in working on body position skills, learn how to get your body to do what you ask it to do. Okay. And you have to do this. You have to do this. If you are 30, 40, 50 years old, the older you get, the more important this is, especially if you're 60, 70. And the thing is, I know riders who they try to go out there and do the things that they used to do with their body, and it doesn't work. Why? Because you sat at a desk for 45 years. Why? Because you climbed under houses or did electrical work for 30 years. Why? Because you've been a doctor sitting in an office and or moving around patients for 30, 40, 50 years. Our body has programs that it defaults to, and it defaults to the easiest ones. That's why cheating works really, really well when you're in school, because there's like, here's an answer to the test. If you just get the answers to the test, you win. It's not the same when it comes to getting older and trying to do really awesome stuff like sit corners, big jumps, big drops. And if you're finding yourself going out to ride and even like maybe your spouse starts to notice, hey, isn't the stuff you're trying to do, isn't that just for like the kids? Aren't you getting a little bit old for this? If that thought's creeping into the back of your mind, let's get that out of there. That does not belong, because the people that I work with, the people that I want to surround myself with are the ones who, and probably the riding friends that you want to have, those are the ones who ultimately are doing stuff that they're proud of on the bike. Okay. So again, the reason I'm making this video on why cheating your way to success here is so important is because so few riders find that, it's like 1% of riders find that edge of exhilaration, just that absolute, I can't believe I'm doing this. Now, again, it doesn't matter what age you are or how long you've been riding. It's about doing the things that you're proud of on a mountain bike. That's why you spend all that money on the bike. That's why you're going to carve time out of your day to go and do something that matters, right? So the people that I ride with, it's always fun. And we're always proud of ourselves and each other because we do the things that matter to us on the bike. And the single most important cheat code for this, I'll tell you this right now, it's installing a framework in your body. And that's done through the mountain bike movement reset. The theory is that our bodies do what we ask them to do, but the mind doesn't distinguish between a good movement and an inefficient movement. It does not distinguish between a good movement and an inefficient movement. If you want to know more about this, I recorded a video just about a week ago with Lindsey talking about efficiency of movement. Go check it out. It's a pretty good video. And really what you need to do is you need to apply this approach. So instead of going out to the trail and getting yourself hyped up on a YouTube video, like a how-to video, or getting yourself hyped up by watching a big event, those things can help, but instead do the things that allow your body to have a better program. Let me get into an example of what this actually might be. So one of the movements that we need to have on command and available is moving from what's called a neutral position, which is where you're standing up tall on the bike, down into a low ready position. So some people call this an attack position. Some people call this a low ready position. It's all the same. Everyone talks about the technique. Low ready, attack, get low on the bike, get back on the bike or get forward on the bike. There's all these techniques. The problem is that I can literally spot this now. I've gotten to the point where I can look at a rider and tell if their hip mobility is holding back their ability to make a hinge or a low ready position. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to dedicate your time and dedicate your off the bike time, especially to making sure that your hip hinge actually works. Now, I'm going to specifically throw some rocks here. If you think that doing deadlifts, and if you think that doing yoga, and if you think that going and hitting up the rip row machine for the 20th time again, and if you think that all that stuff is going to get you there, it's not. Why? Because this is not a strength movement. This is a fluidity movement, okay? Strength movements, you can get away doing them inefficiently. As our bodies age, they're begging us to move efficiently. And if you're looking at me going, hey, this guy, he's not missing enough of his hair, he doesn't have enough grades. I have some, better watch out. But I'm 36 and I have these kind of joints. Do you see this, okay? Every injury I've ever had, every little soft tissue and ligament issue that I've ever run into has made me have accelerated pain and has made me have to, I have to be very careful not to hurt myself, okay? And so because of this, I've run into some issues at a very young age where I was just like feeling like an old guy, and people be like, dude, what's your problem? I'm like, well, it actually isn't working. So I had to figure out how to move properly, or else I literally couldn't do the things on the bike like I'm talking about now. So if you want the one cheat code, I mean, this is a total clickbait title for a real outcome, guys. If you want the type of results that 1% of riders out there are getting, you have to focus on the foundation, which is if you can get your body to do anything by resetting it and by creating this proper hip hinge movement, then you're going to be able to do the kind of things on the bike that you want. So let me give you an example here of one of the movements that you can do to benefit this. It's called the horse stance squat. Okay, the horse stance squat. Again, you've probably tried like lessons and they've failed. You've probably tried going out there and following riders that are better than you, and you still feel stiff even if you make happen on the bike what you want to. Here's why. It's because, again, you haven't figured out how to get your body to move using the most efficient program. So when I say program, what I mean is specifically, you don't have to think about a program. Your body does it automatically, okay? So imagine if I were to say, get up out of your chair right now. You don't have to think about it. Your hands, your hips, your back, all the muscles that are connected throughout your body just move. That's a program. It's the get up out of your chair program. You have a program for the neutral position on the bike, you have a program for the low ready, and you also have modifications of those programs based on what's happening in the terrain around you, and you have modifications of those programs in your mind right now based on things like how you're feeling, your energy levels, and your body adapts to try to do the best that it can in each and every situation. So if you find yourself struggling, it's not the bike, it's the program that's literally in your mind and your body-mind connection that is keeping you back from enjoying what 99% of riders think is normal. So again, if you think, oh, well, I guess that was something I could have done 20 years ago, I'm here to tell you that you can do it now. And again, if you're a newer rider, maybe you're not thinking, oh my gosh, I used to be able to do this so great, now I can't. If you are a newer rider, this goes for you as well. You can learn these skills quickly if you have the proper base programming, okay? So you have to, again, work on the base programming of how you move off the bike. It's not about how much weight you can lift. It's not about how much you can, go out there and look like the pros. It's about how efficiently your body moves. Listen up, if this resonates with you, then I want to welcome you, because this is exactly how the elite riders out there who are getting the greatest results, and they're just great mountain bikers, the ones that are riding like a kid again, this is for you. And I want to welcome you to the just society of shred. And this is what we're about here. If this resonates with you and you agree with the teachings in this video and you want to learn more about this, what I'm going to do on this specific video is I'm going to drop my calendar link. I have 8 more days left in the month and 2 coaching spots available, just 2 to work with me, Shams March, John Lindsey, directly to help you ride like a kid again. So if this is something that really resonates with you and you're ready to take your riding to the next level, go ahead, click the link, join below, and I'll talk to you one-to-one on the phone. And what we're actually going to do is dive into what's working with your riding, what your goals are, ultimately, I'll help identify if this is even the thing holding you back. And if this is something I can help with, I'll show you. And if it's something else that would be better for you, I'm really well connected in the industry. I can point you to the right resource. So go ahead and click that link below. Find me on there. You can book a time and speak with me directly. Again, if you're on the path of becoming a leader in your riding group, if you want to be winning races, doing things you didn't think you could do at your age, or learning mountain biking at faster a rate than you ever thought you could, go ahead and click the link below. I'll see you on the other side.